Can
left
I,
to do.
you know, as we start to turn the page ahead, I think that the team nationally that has quietly gone about their business, but is set up to have a week where they could win over the national headlines, that team is Hubert Davis in North Carolina. They have had over a week off. At this stage of the season, that's a really good thing.
Yep.
Because I think it allows you to just work on yourselves and get refreshed and get reset. They've won 4 in a row. They're 7-3 in the ACC, which is a solid ACC, a good ACC. They get Pittsburgh at home on Wednesday night. Some would argue look ahead spot because they do have Duke this weekend. I would argue you've had.
They better not look ahead on Pitt.
I know, but you know how that works.
Yep.
I would argue, nope, you've had 8 days to prepare. They'll be more than ready for that game. If they can win that game, they go into the Duke game. I think they're better than Duke by about 2-3 points on paper. I think the line will be about, UNC by 2 or something like that. Mm-hmm. It'll be a 1-possession line either way. However, my point is if North Carolina plays their best is better than Duke. North Carolina could walk out of this week. If they win over Pitt and Duke, they're going to take every headline. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this team has played better basketball as of late, and a lot of people were out on them early, but we all could have seen this coming of them flipping on a switch and all that. My point is look out for Carolina here this week. They have a chance to, by Sunday night on After Dark, where we're saying, yep, they're back to being the team we thought they could be. If they could walk out of Cameron Indoor in the first Shire-Davis showdown, it's going to be interesting Saturday night. How does that go? That first showdown. And let me tell you something. Duke needs a momentum booster. So Duke needs it badly Saturday night too. Really interested to see how that game goes.
Isn't game day going to be there, I think?
They're going, yeah.
Game day is going to be there. If you take away a 9-day stretch at the end of November, beginning of December, this team's 15-2.
How about that?
Like that, and those two losses at Pitt, which turns out that's not a horrible place to lose because they've been good in conference play, and at Virginia. Other than that, those guys have taken care of business besides those 9 days at the end of November. So
and even the losses that they had, we thought the Iowa State was a bad loss when it happened, right? Well, you know what? Iowa State's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You lose in 4 overtimes to Alabama. Ain't no shame in that. You lose at Indiana, right? That doesn't look too bad right now. And the worst loss that they have in that entire stretch at Virginia Tech. Well, when it happened, Virginia Tech was a top 25 team.
Yeah, and when it happened, they had just come off a horrible stretch of playing at the PK80, then having to go straight from PK80 to Indiana. And then it's like, man.
And then from Indiana to Blacksburg, which is not an easy place to play.
Exactly. So tough all the way around. And they had some things to figure out. But now they're going back to Baycott consistently, and it's changed things for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm still in on North Carolina. It'll be very interesting to see where they get seated. That's going to be my big question, right? Like how good does this team's profile actually look? Because if you get kind of into the nitty gritty, like here's the really good wins that they have. Ohio State on a neutral, who's lost 7 of the last 8. Michigan on a neutral, who, kind of whatever. They beat Wake Forest at home. They beat NC State at home. Their best road win is Syracuse. Like it's not like this team has an absolutely loaded profile, but it's North Carolina. They're coming off a run to the national title game, and they have all these players. So they also have a bunch of games down the stretch that can change some things.